Constitution may go on.
Okay, we're going to begin the meeting at noon for Board of Adjustments. If you can have a seat and everyone be quiet. Everybody take a seat.
Be a little better public service there, lady.
Thank you, sir.
Let's call the meeting to order. We don't need to be rude to people. Can we get a roll call?
You need to listen.
Gamble?
Yep.
Chapman? Chapman?
Yes.
Slow?
Yes.
Discussion and action on May 15th, 2025 minutes. We have a motion.
Second?
Yes.
Gamble?
Yep.
Chapman? Yes. Chapman?
Yes.
Slow?
Yes.
Inspector's report.
I only received one letter back, bad addressing, and that's it. No complaints other than Jason, and that's it.
Is that what this is?
Jason?
Is that what this is right here?
Yes, that's from Jason.
Unscheduled public appearances, limited to 5 minutes per appearance.
I'd like to reflect on the record that I'm with the Planning and Zoning Committee, and I gave Ken 5 copies of our non-conforming clause about, well, it's this way all over it says, it's the intent of these regulations to permit non-conformities to continue until they are removed, but not to encourage their survival. And so, that's just to make sure they all are aware of it.
And the objection is what?
My understanding is that they want to put a second home on one lot, and you can't do that. You can only have one home per lot. And the excuse that there's several places all over town that has more than one home on one lot, that's what that nonconformities clause says, that you shall not use that as an excuse to give it to someone else.
Where does it say you can't have more than one on a lot?
In the R2 regulations,
Because I had looked through the ordinances and I had not found them.
Ken, does any of your regulations tell you can have more than one house on a lot except R3?
I haven't seen anything that says how many residents you can have on one lot.
So if we can fit 4 homes on one lot, can we put 4 homes all on one lot as long as they'll fit on there?
If it's big enough and it's in the right area.
You have to conform to these spacing requirements for
Kind of like your
R2.
duplex. Your lot had to be big enough, your dad's lot had to be big enough to do a duplex on it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was.
It was,
we were
but
able to do it.
now they're building 2 duplexes per lot up on the hill on 7th Street, and that's not conforming with R2.
No, it's 1 duplex per lot.
I was told they're putting 2 on each lot up there. I've not driven by and looked.
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't believe so.
I mean, that was my question. I'm wondering if a duplex on one lot, which is multi-family, is any different than having 2 residences on one lot. I mean, I know they're separate structures, but I guess that's...
Well, that's why he's actually coming here.
Yeah.
Is because with putting 2 on there, his lot is only 11,200 square foot.
It's not 6,000 as advertised.
And by code, each lot has to be a minimum of 6,000 square feet, and it's just under that. So, which is why he's coming to the meeting.
But both of these lots, are they owned by the same individual?
Yes, ma'am.
But they're all one lot.
My question, I guess my other question is this a new manufactured home? Is it a mobile home? Like what is it? Has there been one picked out? Is it a...
Carlos, you want to tell us a little bit?
Yes, eventually we want to try to get a brand new, but I also asked Mr. Ken about potentially getting a used one. And he said anything newer than 10 years will do. So it'll be a pre-manufactured home.
A double wide.
Double wide, that is correct.
Less than 10 years old.
Mm-hmm. Less than 10 years old.
Anybody else got anything to say?
If I may just say something else, the only reason I tried to plot another house is the existing one that I have, that's where my mom lives, and I'm gonna be living on the other one. At one point, I used to have 2 structures in there, and before Mr. Ken, David, the previous inspector, I spoke to him before demolishing the house. He says, if I ever, this house, it could be fixable, but I said, I think I'm gonna be spending a lot of money. And Mr. David said, you can go ahead and demolish it, and very likely we'll give you another permit to plant another one. And that's the only reason I demolished it, because I think it was gonna look more ugly than if we planted a new one. But I had 2 structures in there. This address that I have right now is 511. The older house had a 507 number. The regular, there's gas line, there's meter, with electrical, there's drain, everything's in there. So that's why I broke it down. Otherwise, I would have never broke the house down and demolished it and throw it away. If anybody said, you want to have issues, planting a new house, I probably would have just left it and, rework it. But I don't think it would have been as pretty as,
Yeah, I remember that structure that was there before.
I have a picture of it if anybody wants to see it.
There's like a lot
Oh, I
of-
have a picture too. I have pictures.
This is 2008 Google Maps photo of it. And it was a CMU brick. I don't even know, it wasn't a house, it was like a garage.
Yeah, 3 bed, 2
It was a
bedrooms.
Wildcat Den.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Originally.
School came over and had hamburgers and stuff like that. It had its own sewer, electric, water, and everything. It's completely set up. All he's got to do is move in. And I'm the next door neighbor, and I have no problem with it.
And just so everybody understands or knows, there is 2 houses on the corner of Lilly and 11th on one lot, and I own them, so I know it's permissible in the city. Do you want to look it up?
But your lot was big enough to put 2 houses on it without asking
I
for a
don't know.
variance?
They've been there for a long time. I'm just saying there's 2 residences on one.
But of course, we have the non-conforming issue that he brought, that just because you have it in other places in town doesn't mean that you should award it to anybody that asks for it.
Right. That's still a case-by-case
I
issue.
don't know if non-conforming use of a structure would be this instance, though, because if it's being used as a residence, then wouldn't that be conforming?
No, non-conforming means what's there is not compatible with our existing spacing and regulations. And it means it can continue to be there as long as it's there, but if you even, as the Board of Adjustments, the very last paragraph of those pages says that if you give, the Board of Adjustments gives a variance on a non-conforming structure, what you permit is not allowed to enlarge it. Have any of y'all ever read that non-conforming section? Charlotte, have you seen it?
I read all of them.
I don't.
I've got a copy of all the ordinances. Yes, I have read them. Just like the copy I have. I think this is subject to interpretation.
That's exactly what it is.
Yeah. And so, I don't know that it's a hard and fast rule says no cars cannot have that building there when we've made exceptions for other buildings. I think
That's
it's
not what that
subject to
says.
interpretation. Well,
Read it, go home. It says shall. Shall's not optional.
That's right. It's mandatory.
It's mandatory.
this board makes those decisions,
We're the
right?
Board of Adjustments.
We make
That's
those
right.
decisions.
Adjustments to-
We take input, but we make those decisions.
But you need to read your Board of Adjustments section on your criteria for giving variances.
I have.
And it says that you're supposed to be doing it.
Any other remarks by any board members?
You get any letters back or?
Opposing it? No, did not.
And the closest neighbor would be you, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you have no problem with this?
No problem whatsoever.
That would be my first question. And if that goes past your smell test, that says a lot.
I approve it.
We're still on item 5. We're on schedule public hearing.
Okay?
Yeah.
So you have to go to 6.
Discussion on action on requesting a variance to build human construction home properties less than 6,000 square feet, 507 South 5th, Madill, home located in Marshall County.
We cannot hear you.
Discussion and action on requesting a variance to build a pre-manufactured home on property that is less than 6,000 square feet at 507 South 5th Avenue in Madill, Oklahoma, located in Marshall County. I think we've discussed it.
Yeah, we can discuss it. I approve.
Second?
Yes.
Gable?
Yep.
Chapman? Chapman?
Yes.
Lowe?
Yes.
Remarks and inquiries by board members. Okay. Adjourn.
They would need anything from just come
Yeah.
up with the rules and
Oh, no, you have to be the right.
Second?
Gable?
Yep.
Chapman? Yes. Chapman?
Yes.
Lowe?
Yes.
I have these flashing lights. I would have the